Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan, and I am an Ielts trainer. I teach Ielts here, but with the help of these videos, I teach Ielts all over the world. I thank you all for watching my videos and for making my videos a success. Really a very humble thanks to you all, and really I'm happy, and I'm receiving a very good feedback from Pakistan, all over the world. Pakistanis, they're giving me good feedback, and a special thanks to people of India, because I'm receiving a very good feedback from India, and my videos are being watched in India as well, in Indian Punjab and in other states. Like I receive a lot of messages from Haryana and Ludhiana and the other areas as well. The next type of question, that's what we are going to do, that is called matching. Now in reading, matching is another challenging type of questions. It's basically a big challenge and you got to go through this challenge. In matching, what happens, they give you the list of scientists, or they give you the list of a procedure or a list of a thing, and you got to match it with the statements. So the questions are given. Sometimes what do? The names of the scientists, they are the questions. Sometimes the statements are the questions. In either case, you got to match them. Now for example, here in this type of questions, we've got three names. It's question number 21, that is Colin McGinn, 22 Marvin Minsky, and 23 Hans Moravec. These are three names, and then we've got the statements like A, B, C, D, E, and we got to see which statement is right. Now remember, if this type of question comes, try to do it at the end of that very passage. First do the other ones, and remember one thing, when you do the first type of questions, don't forget to underline don't forget to underline the clue words or important words in the passage as you scan the passage. Although there are no questions, and there's another thing you got to do when you're doing one passage and you're starting one passage, before you start, take a look at all type of questions. Now you see, if in that very section there are three types of questions, like there is true, false, not given, there is fill in the blanks, there is matching, you got to see that, and then keeping in view that after this question I'm going to do true, false, not given. After true, false, not given, I'm going to do this type of question. So you got to keep that in mind, and then accordingly don't forget to underline or encircle the words even which are not related to the question you are doing, but as you are going through those words or those sentences, you need to underline, because when you come next, then you say, okay, this is the question, you say, oh my god, I read it somewhere. What you read somewhere, if you would have underlined that, you could reach there easily and you can just find that. So make it a habit. First take a look at all the type of questions. I don't want you to read the question. Just take a look. Okay, 3 questions are about this, 4 are about this, 5 are about this, and these are the type of questions. And then for those type of questions, the things you need or the things you might need, you can underline the names, you can underline the proper nouns, you can underline the dates, you can underline things. As you find the answer of other questions, you can underline. This is gonna be your advanced preparation for the next questions. Okay, see, as I'm making the videos, I'm coming up with the tips, and I test myself first. First I test myself and then I give you the tips on that. So these tips are all created while taking the test, and this is my what do you say, this is my personal experience on Ielts reading, which I'm sharing with you. Anyways, now in this case, don't read the options first. Options are like A, B, C, D, E. Don't read the options first. First you need to see Colin McGinn. What does he say? First you need to see, and it can be given. Yes, there's another tip. All right, just came up with this tip while making the video. Colin McGinn, do one thing in just few seconds in all the passage. Wherever Colin McGinn is written, underline that. Okay, if you underlined few things already, encircle that. If you encircled few things already, do something, change the color of the pen. First you were using blue pen, now use black pen, now use red pen, whatever. But wherever Colin McGinn is written, underline Colin McGinn. Next step, Marvin Minsky. Wherever Marvin Minsky is written, underline that. All scan it, underline Marvin Minsky, and wherever Hans Moravec written, underline that. Now you know where there is Colin McGinn, where there is Marvin Minsky, where there is Hans Moravec, and while underlining, while scanning, scan for all three names. Scan for Colin, Marvin, Hans, and wherever they come, underline that. Now it's gonna be easier. Wherever there is Colin McGinn, read and then find the answer. Wherever there is Marvin Minsky, read, find the answer, and then Hans Marwick and read and find the answer. This is the easiest way of doing it, but you got to do it very quickly. Very quickly you got to do it. And I think it's a good idea if you take a look at this question before when you're doing the previous one. So wherever these words come, I mean, you got to kill two birds with one stone while doing one type of question. Keep in mind what is coming next. So when you keep the next thing in mind, anything relevant to that comes in the passage, you can start working on that as well, and that will actually help you. Okay, happy? Good job. Actually, I teach wholeheartedly. That's why automatically the tips come in my mind and I share those tips with you. And I told you before, the videos of non-native speakers of English can be more beneficial for you, because the native speakers, they don't know our pain. They don't understand our pain of IELTS, okay? So being a non-native speaker, your pain of IELTS reading, it was my pain as well once upon a time, and what I did to overcome this pain, I'm going to share that with you so that you could also overcome your pain as well. Anyways, let's take a start. Question number 21. We're going to read about Colin McGinn. Where is he? Colin McGinn. Colin, where are you? Found it in the first paragraph. I found it. Colin McGinn. Now what does he say? Let's just read about him. Colin McGinn of Rutgers University back this up when, and now see, we already did one question from here. So if you underline the information, you can jump to that very paragraph immediately. When you're doing one question, keep in mind the other type of questions and prepare yourself in advance by underlining, encircling the relevant information about the next questions. So Colin McGinn of Rutgers University backs this up when he says that artificial intelligence is like sheep trying to do complicated psychology. They just don't have the conceptual equipment they need in their limited brains, right? That's what he says. Sheep trying to do the complicated psychoanalysis, and they just don't have the conceptual equipment, right? You got to keep this in mind. Now let's go down the list, A, B, C, D, E, and we see which one is right. A says artificial intelligence may require something equivalent to feelings in order to succeed. No. I mean, when you read the statement about that very person, then the right statement will click you. B, different kinds of people use different parts of the brain. No, he didn't talk about that. I mean, we're talking about Colin. C, tests involving fiction have defeated artificial intelligence so far. No. D, people have intellectual capacities which do not exist in computers. Now let's see, this sounds right, and we got to see where it is. Actually, people have intellectual capacities which do not exist in computers. When he says artificial intelligence, he says that university backs up when he says that artificial intelligence is like sheep trying to do complicated psychoanalysis. They just don't have the conceptual equipment. They just don't have the conceptual equipment they need in their limited brains. They don't have it, and here they say actually people have artificial intellectual capacities which do not exist. They don't have, which do not exist in computers. So 21, the answer is gonna be D. Gotcha? Okay, well done, very good. Now let's read ahead. Statement number 22 is going to be about Marvin Minsky. Now Marvin Minsky, let's see what does he say. And see, I read about Colin. If you don't find the answer, see where else Colin is mentioned, then read that statement, then see where else Colin is mentioned, as I told you in the beginning. So Marvin Minsky, we got to see where is Marvin Minsky. Marvin, where are you? Oh yes, MIT. I like MIT, by the way. I attended their sessions as well. MIT's Marvin Minsky summarizes. Now you got to read this very thing, and then you need to go back and see what the answer is. Marvin Minsky summarizes the problem of L The history of L is sort of funny because the first real accomplishments were beautiful things like a machine that could do well in a maths course. I was talking about a machine doing well in a maths course and all that. But then we started to try to make machines that could answer questions about simple children's story. Now, it's basically they try to make questions about simple children's stories. Underline that, simple children's stories. Keep in mind that. There's no machine today that can do that. Now, he says there is no machine. We tried, but actually there is no machine that can try to read children's stories, that can answer the questions about simple children's stories and all that stuff. Now, let's go back and see if any answer clicks you. Artificial intelligence may require something equivalent feelings. No. B, different kinds of people use different parts of the brain. No. C, tests involving fiction. Got it? Fiction and stories. Now, stories are the part of fiction. Tests involving fiction have defeated artificial intelligence so far. He says there is no artificial intelligence that can answer a simple question after reading a children's story. So that is fiction. So for question number 22, Marvin Minsky, the right answer is C. C for cat. Got it? I mean, sometimes it becomes so easier, maybe for me, but it can be easier for you guys as well if you're gonna really work hard with it. Okay, 23, Hans Moravec. Now let's see where is Hans Moravec and what does he say. Oh yes, scan for Hans Moravec. Hans, I found Hans. Now Hans, it's written computer expert Hans Moravec thinks that in the future robots will be programmed with emotions. Now feelings and emotions. And one more thing, as you are going through the options A, B, C, D, you could underline some words there as well. Now when I read about emotions, immediately it clicked me that I read one option about feelings. Let's see if it is that or not. Because you know, they give you some extra options, and those extra options are the distractions. They are the traps actually. Extra options are very close to the right options so that they trap you there. So you gotta be very, very careful. He says in the future robots will be programmed with emotions such as fear to protect themselves so that they can signal to humans when their batteries are running low. For example, emotions are vital in decision making. Now talks about emotions. Let's see if there is any option. Hans said that, and you got to read that quickly. Artificial intelligence may require something equivalent to feelings in order to succeed. Bingo! Okay, option A, artificial intelligence may require something equivalent to feelings. He is using the word emotions. Here they are using the word feelings in order to succeed. For question number 23, Hans Moravec, the correct option is A. Alright, so this is how we actually do it. So I dedicate this video to that student who wrote a comment that please make a video about matching. So here you go. This is the video about matching, and in the beginning I gave you very fine tips. Please work on that and matching will not be a problem for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm really delighted when I see the views and when I see your comments and all that. So don't forget to comment and don't forget to like this video and share it with others as well. Tell other people about my videos on IELTS, and I teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, I am available for that. I teach on Skype or WhatsApp, and I teach myself. I don't have other teachers. If you join my class, Asad Yaqub will teach you. So you can contact me on this WhatsApp number and we can arrange special IELTS classes for you. And I have also made this easy IELTS kit. This kit has 4 books and 8 DVDs. If you want to prepare for IELTS at home, this kit can help you a lot. So if you want to arrange my IELTS seminar, IELTS workshop, I offer 2-3 hours IELTS seminar, 1-day IELTS workshop, even a 1-week IELTS workshop. And if you want to launch a course of a month even somewhere in the world, you can invite me for that, and I would love to come and I would train the people on IELTS the way I'm teaching now. Physically I can train the people better than this, right? So you can do that as well. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Take good care of yourselves, and I wish you a fantastic band score in IELTS. Take care. Bye bye.